Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Clementine and this is Hannah's Corner. This is the first episode ever and we'll be talking about femininity devoid of the male gaze because femininity has been a discussion for the past few years. Women speaking about wanting to be soft, living the soft life, and men have usually been the center of it because you hear women saying, oh, you need to exercise and keep your body right so men will find you feminine. But honestly, we need to have more conversations about femininity involving everyone, involving all women of all walks of life. I feel like femininity should be discussed between I want this discussion to be targeted for like 5 year olds to 95. If you're 96, I don't know what I can do for you, but definitely the 5 to 95 crowd, I got you. So, the first thing we'll be talking about is letting God be your provider and your comforter. Before I start, I will ask you this again later on in the video, but please subscribe. Please turn on your post notifications because this is a journey that I want all of us to be on and grow together. The first step, instruction, whatever you make of this. I'm only going to say this once. I'm not going to say this just once. I will say this throughout my life. I will make sure to drill this in all of you. Let God be your provider. Let him be your comforter. You need God. If you want to be on your independent woman tip, do it. But let God provide for you. You actually have to allow him to provide for you and take care of you. Of course, he's going to do it regardless, but there are some instances where you need to give God permission, like make yourself smaller so he can amplify in your life, you know? And this is especially important because God didn't put humans on this earth so we can be stressed out. He didn't, especially his daughters, women, children, daughters of the Most High, the King of all kings. Do you think that he wanted us to be stressed out? No. We're not supposed to be stressed out at all. We're any struggles we have, we pour it out to him. Any anxieties, we pour it out to him. This is my first time living on my own, and I promise you, I moved states away from home and I had $0 in my bank account because moving is expensive. It's very expensive. So I had zero on my bank account that day. But soon as I either stepped in the state I'm in now or the apartment that I'm in, I looked at my bank account and I had the money that I was expecting to get. And I was like, oh, okay. I knew it. I wasn't stressing. I had to take some money out of my IRA fund, but guess what? I knew it was coming, so I wasn't really stressing about it. Also, like literally everything. I wasn't really supposed to live in the apartment I'm in now. I live in a luxury apartment, and I will actually discuss this further in another video. But when I was looking at this apartment, this wasn't in the plan. I was like, God. Well, I actually asked my mom to tell God, like, hey, I don't want to pay more than X amount. And the first time we saw these apartments, we were actually going to brunch around the corner, and I didn't say this to my mom, or I just said this like, internally, oh, wow, I could never live here. And God turned around and was like, oh, no, you're living here. This is where you're going to be living. My monstera plant in the back, her name is Lucinda. I I meet with God like, okay, I'm not gonna say every day, but I try to be consistent as possible every day. That specific hour, a specific place in my apartment. And I wrote in my prayer journal, hey God, can I please get a monstera plant? And I went to Trader Joe's right after, not really thinking about it. And I see one monstera plant, and I knew for sure it was for me. Before I got my dog, I was like, hey God, can you please like get me a dog that's like just so perfect for me, and I'm perfect for it. And I have my precious little baby Wasabi, and I love her so much. And honestly, I was like, I thought I would be the equivalent of like an auntie to dogs. Like, don't you know, like people who are like, oh, I'll never have children, but I can be like an aunt or an uncle. I will be spoiling those kids. Like, I can do that with dogs. Like, you know what? I don't see myself having a dog, but if you need a babysitter, if you need some kibble, I got you. But she's really, I love her so much. I never understood when people were like, oh my gosh, I love my dog so much. Like, now I understand. I will be looking at pictures of her all the time, just like, wow, that's really my baby, bro. Wow. Another thing, so I joined the Big Chop Supremacy. I thought I wasn't gonna be one of those girlies, but y'all are so convincing. Like, they really make it work. And I was like, oh, it couldn't be me, because I have an almond head. I look like a little milk. Oh, that's me right there. Yeah, I have like a little almond joy head, so I was like, certainly that wouldn't work out for me. But I used kitchen scissors in the middle of the night just because. And I was like, God, I will cut my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair short as possible. Okay, it wasn't that short. It was like right here. That was short enough. And I was like, God, take it. I don't care. But I want you to prove to me that you can just make this all bountiful and more beautiful than ever. I'm never cutting my hair again. Never, ever. But that's just an example of just like letting God be your provider, letting God be your comforter. I know it's silly, but it's like, hair is really important to people, to different cultures, especially like Black women, and just like letting that like go, just letting God like take the wheel, take the wheel. Ooh, take the wheel. My bad. It's almost 10 o'clock. So take the wheel and just, I know he's got this. Like, honestly, God wants to be in every single aspect of your life. So he's going to be in my hair care as well. So I haven't cut my hair in like 2 months. I think it's been 8 weeks, and it's grown so much. I will be posting somewhere a progress video. I was blown away. It's so cute, bro. My hair, it's beautiful. This is the Lord's work. I promise you, this is the Lord's work. I can't be like, oh, I've been using XYZ. I really have been relying on wash and goes. But anyway, I digress. The next tip is discernment. So discernment isn't necessarily a gendered quality. It's actually the fruit of the spirit, the wisdom and knowledge of the spirit. And women are already naturally intuitive. However, it can wane, it can do a waxing and waning type thing, depending on how you continue to hone in, how your relationship with God is, if you're consistent with it, keeping an ear out for messages from the Holy Spirit, messages from God. So discernment, we need that for everything. We're going to need that for the people we have in our lives, the friends we have, the partners we choose, and also like when it's time to go at a job itself, where you hang out, you're going to need discernment. The next point is boundaries. Boundaries. We all need them, especially women. No, women really need boundaries because on a serious note, like it's so easy for us to be exploited by our family, our friends, our coworkers, our supervisors, like everyone. And unfortunately, like after whoever exploits you, they're going to show disdain towards your heart that's like wear and tear from them. So don't let anyone tell you what your limits are. You make those limits yourself. Don't go above and beyond for anyone who won't do it for you. So when I think of women, I honestly think of us like as land, like lush pasture, anything. We are only as great and as fruitful as the nutrients, the environment we're in. So if someone's taking from you and taking from you, but they're not watering you, they're not giving you sunlight, they're not checking in on you, they're just going to make you barren. Like that's all they're going to do, and they're going to move on and do it to someone else, or they're just going to be like, oh, what's going on here? Like I don't know. I may get into this further in other videos, but yeah, women we need to look out for our hearts. We need to look out for our minds, our bodies, our spirits, because people will take advantage of you if you don't tell them how to treat you. And it is never too late to set boundaries, but it's easier to set them soon as possible so they know like, oh, okay, I can't do this with such and such, you know? I know this one may hurt, but we're not going to carry our family's burdens. That's not what we're going to do. If you are experiencing that, I want you to say, I release my family's burdens. That's what we're going to move towards. Those are the steps we're going to take. It's going to be hard. They're going to be like, what are you doing here? No, that's not what we're doing. I'm going to control you, and you're just gonna say no. You're gonna say no, and take back your heart, take back your time, your space. That's what you're going to do. Everything's gonna be okay. It's always gonna be okay. Also, you need to start doing this at work. Honestly, I've been working since I was 14. I love work. I'm a hard worker. And I like going above and beyond. But if you're going to go above and beyond at work, here's what you're going to do. You're always going to notate everything you do. Also, highlight it to your manager. Just say, hey, Bob, I did XYZ. I updated some. I updated something on the organizer, something like that. Whatever. Write that on your. Update your resume. Do that. And also, if sorry, that motorcycle distracted me outside. What was I saying? I forgot. Interesting. Is it gonna come back? I feel like the thought is going to come back. The thought came back. So, if you, oh no, I just lost it again. That's crazy. Oh yeah. So, if you would not, this is a rule of thumb. If you would not do it for free, then don't overextend yourself. Just don't do it. Because like obviously like don't do it for free, but like if you would do it for free, like if you would stay overtime for free, then do it. Then do it. But don't do it for free. That's illegal. There's a little thing called slavery. Maybe volunteering. I don't know. But going out your way to train new people, if that's what you want to do, do it. But don't go above and beyond if you don't have the capacity to. Also, notate it. Do it. Don't forget what you do for that company. I mean it. The next one ties into boundaries, but more so on an intrapersonal level. So this really just involves you and not directly anyone else, but it's routine. So it's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. But the show must go on. Okay, so routines. I'm not saying that you should have everything planned out in your day. This is just one thing. Do it 1 hour a day, a few times a week. Just do this for yourself. So it can be anything that's nourishing, that's enriching spiritually, physically, just general wellness. So what I do 1 hour a day, or I strive to do 1 hour a day. I flake sometimes, I really do. But we're human and we are working on it. That's all that matters. So 1 hour a day, I mentioned this earlier in the video. 1 hour a day at a specific hour and a specific location in my apartment. I journal, I pray, and I read my Bible out loud. So that's going to be my time with God. I do this and I have my phone on Do Not Disturb for that hour. And there are some times when I don't go to that specific place. I don't pray. I take a nap in that hour. That specific hour, I still do not disturb because in my way, like sometimes I'm just like so tired. I'm just coming home from work and I just want a place where I can be like, okay, God, can you like sit with me still, please? Or sometimes I'll be like grocery shopping for that hour, not the whole hour, but like I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. So for you can implement this by doodling, by sketching, drawing, coloring, praying, biking, walking for an hour, anything that's for you. And everyone will know, like, I cannot bother you at that certain time because that's all you. That's all you. And also, like, this is holding yourself like accountable and doing something that's good for you. And it's just always going to be mentally nourishing to have something that you can call yours and only yours. The final thing is uterine care. Yay! So yes, care for your uterus. No matter how old you are. Honestly, oh, wait. Have y'all ever seen like a real life uterus? Like, they are actually like really cute. They kind of remind me of that little octopus from Nemo, the one who's like, guys, made me ink. They're really cute. You should look it up if you're into that type of thing. But anyway, uterine care, that comes with the femininity. God cares about every part of you. We can see this from the woman with the bleeding for 12 years. I forgot what chapter it's in, what book it's in. I think it's in Luke. It's in one of the Gospels. And she was in so much distress. Like, when she touched Jesus, like, he knew, like, she needed help. Like, she was in such, like, distress and disarray. Like, Jesus felt that, you know? So Jesus cares about your overall health. God cares about your overall health. I care. You should care as well. So yeah, with uterine care, I'm sorry, I had to plug in my battery, my charger. So with uterine care, listen, do it for a week. Care, like, be in tune with her, with your little friend for like a good week. Like, do that for yourself. But it also depends on physical ability, diet, any diet restrictions you may have, and like age appropriate care as well. Like, for the younger girls, try some herbal tea. Do some herbal tea if you can, if you're able. Always ask your physician first. Yeah. Drink more water, drink more natural juices. Do some good exercises that are good for, you know, your body. Yeah, do that. Of course, this can be like a lifestyle thing as well, but if you haven't really like paid attention to that, you can start off small. Do a week. Cut out bread, dairy, whatever. Implement more water. What else can you do? I think everyone, oh, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but me personally, I do have fertility vitamins that I got from Whole Foods, and I also have like, they're also like they're like more so hormone balancers for women. And I can share those if anyone is ever interested. What else can you do? Oh, just talk with her. Be in tune. Be one with your uterus, because you only have one. You know, it's important. It's pertinent. Also, I lied. I have one more tip, but it's more so like a bonus tip and just a culmination of everything I spoke about. As daughters of Christ, spread the good word about God. Not, if ministry is not your thing, don't minister. Don't do it. If it's not your thing, if you're not called for that, you don't have to. But there was a pastor, I forgot his name, but God does things for you so you can share it with others. We spread the glory of God's name. We don't have to recite the Bible. We don't have to, retell Bible stories. God has put something on your life God has blessed you in ways that, he probably hasn't blessed other people. We all have an individual relationship with God, and we're supposed to share that with the world, like share your testimony. God doesn't really need you to be like, oh, God said this and that. The most important thing that we can all do is like share his glory by just like living and showing the fruit, So, if you think this is about you, like, hey, maybe I should share what God is doing to my life. Do it. But it's basically over now. So I told you earlier that I'm going to ask you one more time, one more again, please, can you subscribe to me? And also like and comment, but I need a specific comment from you who's watching. What are you going to implement? What's going to be difficult to implement? What have you already been working on, So I spoke about allowing God to be your comforter, to be your provider. Discernment, routine, uterine care. What else did I do? What else did I do? I have notes. I had notes this whole time. Did I say discernment already? I didn't say discernment. Then we should work on that. Routine. What's something you need to work on? What's something you may need an extra push on? What are questions you have about anything I said? Anyway, thank you for watching me. My name is Hannah Clementine, and this is Hannah's Corner. Bye. Thank you.